Hello, all. I don't know how everybody's been liking my poems. I've had a few views on them, and I have two more. I couldn't remember that I made two more for this year of April. I was trying to hone my craft a little better, or get a little more deep, and I will read them soon. To help expand my poetry. That's all the poems I have. I might show off Muhammad Ali's and just talk on it. Again, not my work. I'm gonna say it's not mine. Just going to use it, and just how fascinating. It's a very beautiful piece of poetry that I find very captivating. Personally, one of my favorites. Reminds me a lot of the ideas in my youth and how you should really not stop learning and never stop growing. Stagnation is the end. Apathy is the slow suffocation of the soul, in my opinion, which was my whole theme, I guess, for the Halloween stories with prescription of pestilence, the apathy of healthcare workers. Can't Befriend a Beast was one of those where you saw that, where it was good stuff, really passive, active stuff, active loving, I call it, active, passion. Then there's Hot Pot the Side of Hope, which was made again to show, I guess, the magic in a future, the idea of it not being drowned out by what society says and what they should do, and just how people have friends, but they need family and community, very important. And yeah, that was it. Also, Devil in the Distractions was made to be show the apathy gained from social media, with of course a Lovecraftian vibe to it. I love Lovecraft. I'm not gonna lie. I have more stories inspired by Lovecraft, as many do. I don't know if I could ever add a new character or metaphysical concept to it as much as other people have in just great detail. It's very fascinating what the idea of just making people smaller on a universal scale will do to your mind. What the idea that you are a speck of dust, if not less, in the grand orchestra of life in the universe. It's very fascinating to me. And I've gotten Symphony of a Shattered Soul, aka Acapella of Apathy, done, edited. I'm ready to put it out soon. I got really busy on that one. It went one way, then went another, and it might be kind of not really the flow, or the rhythm might be off. There's a rhythm to these stories and stuff, you noticed. I try to keep that rhythm, but this is more again that apathy, the slow suffocation of the soul, the solace of the soulless when it comes to AI. I picked acapella of apathy because in acapella, I'm more used to choir and singing. Again, it won't be on this channel. And acapella is when you use your voice without instruments, and I think just that's the most terrifying thing of AI is making it where you have your voice taken away or you have no option for a voice. And then there's hot pot side eugenics. There's a lot of topics today about eugenics, good genes, and I'm just saying that not from any other metric, but just scientifically speaking. We've always had this idea of perfection, of the ultimate life form and stuff, which I don't think is possible. Again, I don't think people cannot be flawed. I think it's the biggest worry about AI. It takes away your ability to create or conquer. It just makes you consume. You have another choice, and even the good old Scratch himself gives you a choice. If I've learned anything in this life, no matter what anybody says. And yeah, I'm gonna be putting those out, and I have some new stories for November. I've got two or three of them already done, ready to go. Two I'm working on. Also, the fantasy story I'm gonna put out, which I'll put out soon, and also give you an idea. It's a pretty simple story. It was also inspired by my favorite anime, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I also have two stories, or maybe three stories that may be good for movies. Like, I could see it being adapted to a screenplay really easily. That was my mind with these two stories. One's based on Steel Ball Run, which is getting animated. It's like one of the best manga of all time. I highly recommend it. It's very beautiful. It's very dark in places, but like I think that's just what you need. I really jive with the main character, Johnny Joestar. And the second one's more based on Diamond is Unbreakable with Josuke Higashikata and just kind of being happy with being a side character in somebody else's story. And it's about the mob. I really love the mob as a thematic piece. I used to watch. I don't know if any people know what AMC is or anybody knows what AMC is. Really good channel. They'd have Mob Week. I think it was around November or September. It was in the fall at least. I remember that. It was some of the best movies I've ever seen. Donnie Brasco, Goodfellas, Godfather 1, 2, Scarface. Very good movies. Very good mob movies. Different flair. Also Yakuza movies. I really love those too. Lock, Spock, Two Smoking Barrels. That's a good one. And just this idea of a organization, being a family or community that works on the nefarious parts of life, which there are many. It bathes in the darkness. It accepts it, embraces the entropy that it creates. And it's just very fascinating to me. I love mob movies. I really do. And it's inspired some of my work, which again, my two stories are going to be two or three stories that could be movies, or at least I think have the biggest capacity personally. They probably don't, but that's what I'm hoping on. And I love movies too, but you have to actively read a book or play a video game to get the gist of it. And I don't like this whole backseating yourself with AI and creating stuff for no reason but to make money. I do this channel for the passion. 100%. I never expect to make money from this. I'm just getting my message out across. But again, I've learned that they're prioritizing shorts, competing with TikTok, which I'm also on, trying to get the message out, trying to get out there, and just not shutting up about it. In my personal life, I usually don't talk about writing books or anything. Nobody really cares. Nobody really has time either. That's fair. I've just kind of accepted that. This is my outlet for that, which again, that's the biggest part of my philosophy. You need an outlet, a positive one, BJJ, weightlifting, making videos, making art, creating. Just not letting that bad negative energy you got just stew. Anything's better than just, again, stagnation, apathy, which I think that is the destroyer of civilization. The destroyer, the war of apathy we're in with the older, younger generations, rich and poor, and just it comes down to just not caring or seeing people as people, which I think is a grave misservice to anybody. And that can be the most horrifying things, the apathy, the alienness of it, where you just don't care. It's not good. And I have another couple stories out. Again, I have a couple stories already done, which I'll highlight later. Again, I have a couple stories about magic or magic-like fantasy, which again, I don't think AI will be able to touch for a good while. Eventually, I think it will. Has a lot of stuff to go off of. Millennia, the classics, all that, and just really focusing on fighting the brain rot is kind of my main thing on this channel because I don't like it. I don't respect it. I don't like what it's doing to people, okay? It's like we have to all function on a certain level. Again, we all can't be Elon Musk or be a genius, billionaire, inventor, great writer. No, I can't be that. But still, there has to be standards. I think the world's being corrupted by the erroneous idea of expectations, which, if you ever do BJJ, do not have expectations. I can promise you that right there. That will save you a lot of heartache. With anything in BJJ, well, only what you control and not think of others like that. Like, you gotta accept that you're on this journey. Just like this author thing. People don't like reading books these days. There's a literacy crisis, I think, going on too. But I'm trying to do that with the audiobooks. I think that's going to be still a big market. People still want to hear voices. They want to hear that. And they have ways you can make your own AI book. But I'm good. I didn't buy this voice booth I got for nothing. I'm going to use it. I try to invest very heavily in audio equipment that's good, which hopefully I start getting some money or funds in some other way besides YouTube or anything. I'm not asking for handouts. That I can upgrade my camera, my microphones, and just help give you all the best product I can and not being held back by some limitation. Again, I don't really play video games anymore. I don't really want to. It's just not the same. You get the rush of a man coming down on top of you, ready to break some bones or choke you like you owe him money. It really doesn't compare to that. And again, I think it's healthier. Not the breaking of bones or choking, but like getting into that condition, learning why you have to be in really painful positions and suffer to learn. Because there's no such thing as a painless lesson. Okay? Just ask my student debt and other people's. Also, how many times I've nearly had my arms snapped and my legs kind of messed up. But again, with that toe hold, it was on me. It was my fault. That would be no way in any shape or form my coach's fault. And he even told me to tap before, but I was trying to get out of it. I like playing with fire. I like cooking food. I like writing stories that impassion and embolden the heart. So yeah, you can expect more of that. I'd say I keep making short stories. I have about maybe a couple dozen more, maybe. Again, I just hope I get proliferation, not profit from this. You know, to be infamous a little bit, just get more people, and just I'm glad for all you that watch it. So if you could share these videos, that'd be great. I try to be different. I don't try to follow trends, and I try to be kind of contrarian. I'll admit that right now. That's fair. And yes, thank you all for watching. I hope you all had a great Thanksgiving. And I'll try to make this holiday season much more proactive and not hold back. You see, that's one good thing of this job. Made me welcome my time more. And I'm just fine making videos all day. I wish I could. It's fun for me. I don't feel any expectations or anxiety of something I just want to do, you know. It's just beautiful like that. I don't want money, any small time of fame to just corrupt that. It's just not good. Again, let's have fun. Let's talk. I'd love to hear everybody's comments. Thank you. Have a nice night. Like, share, and subscribe.